Hello everyone, welcome to episode 16 of the Sounds Legit podcast. How do you like my radio voice this evening or morning or afternoon when you see this? How do you like my radio voice? Actually, I think on Friday, I fucked up because I was meant to start the podcast with my Cockney accent in it. I'll tell you something, right? Them lads over there down the street, down the road, I said we go over there, give them a bit of our mind. Or something, I don't know. I was just obsessed with doing like a kind of Cockney gangster accent on Friday before I left work. And the one thing I noticed about doing that is just it made me so thirsty because I had to open my mouth and my throat really wide to actually talk like this. If you ever seen the movie Snatch, and I can't think and talk at the same time, but let me try something. You ever seen that movie, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels? Yeah, the one with Jason Statham, you know? I mean, 2 minutes ago, he said this was the safest job in the world. And now it's turning out to be a bad day in Bosnia, which is one of my favorite lines, actually. And to be honest, while talking, I actually had my face contorted, so this is not as easy as it seems. But anyways, guys, welcome to episode 16 of the Sounds Legit podcast. How are you? How you doing? Did you guys catch that lovely hailstorm just last week? Did you guys get that? You know? That was insane. It was like, we're supposed to be having summer, and all of a sudden, you'll have hailstorms. I actually put a video up on my Facebook page and on YouTube for the odd wanderer that happens upon my YouTube channel. That is one of my... I'm not even going to disclose that channel here. You know, it's not much going on there anyway. But hail. We had hail last Saturday, which is very interesting. And I actually had to go outside to like play around with it. And the temperatures just dropped. Everything was down to like, initially it was, I think the temperature was like 18 degrees. And then by the time it had stopped hailing, because it wasn't rain anymore, it was just 7 degrees. And I saw this guy just cycling through the hailstorm. And I was like, are you fucking nuts? I just started laughing. I ended up actually sweeping hail from my pathway just outside my flat. And it was very interesting. And this lady was walking by and we just had a chat. And she's like, this is fucking insane. I was like, yeah, it's summer. You know, was that song, that George Gershwin song I really like. The version actually I do like because that song's had about 47 different renditions and iterations. I think it was the Louis Armstrong on Ella Fitzgerald version. I fucking love that version, man. Yeah, summertime and the living is easy, you know. I've forgotten the rest of the lyrics. I was going to go into that. It's like, fish are jumping and the weather is nice. Your daddy's rich and your mom is good looking. So hush, little baby. Don't you cry. That was horrible. I actually do like karaoke. So that was insane. But anyways, onwards with the podcast. So did you guys watch the... again, yes, I'm going to talk about football a bit. So I promise you it's not going to be longer than 10 minutes, okay? Did you guys watch the Germany-Italy match last night? You know? That was a good match, even though some people on iTunes say, oh, it was so boring. I'm like, you know what? You have no taste. If you want to see the most boring match in the entire Euro Cup so far was, I think, Portugal and Poland. In fact, or any game that Portugal plays. And there's this weird fear I have that they will probably win the Euros if they keep this up because Greece did the same thing back in 2000. The game was absolutely dreadful to watch. What am I saying? I think Spain did the same back in 2012, I think. Got the Euros. There's a Euro tournament 2 years before a World Cup, or a year before a World Cup, actually. But anyway, Spain did that. Greece did that. They just had absolutely dreadful games, and yet they won. And that kind of play style usually fits knockout stages, where you can just literally drive your way and bore the audience to death, and then just manage to score and then lock everything down with a key, throw it away. But that was in yesterday's match. Yesterday's match was actually quite good. I was watching it while playing Civilization 3. I loved that game so much. And I still haven't finished the playthrough, about 10 years because the AI keeps kicking my ass. But I loved it. I just felt like building something, like an empire. Maybe I should do a podcast about that, then drive away my 2 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I have 2 subscribers now. It's amazing. People actually care to listen to my rants and ramblings for an hour. If they didn't know me, they would have thought this guy's fucking insane. He's a madman. And, I wouldn't bemoan that. I think it's partly true. My mind, just think about the 3 Gorges Dam, or 3 Gorges or whatever in China. Yeah, just think about all the chaos in my mind. It's just like this massive body of water being held back by the 3 Gorges Dam. Didn't that break, by the way? And then, if you can imagine, just cracks along the wall, just leaking water. Yeah, that's how my mind works. That dam is just my sanity, and it's just bits of madness coming out of it. And I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But anyways, Germany-Italy match was good. It was just, Germany scored, and everything was going well. They had a few chances, and then Germany's central defender, Boateng, made a almost fatal error. He, got a handball foul in the penalty box, so Italy was awarded the penalty. And they scored, and I was just like, Boateng, why did you do that? Because basically it was a totally unavoidable foul. He raised his hands up during the corner, and he just smack-banged, just hit his arm, his hands, and the ref called it. And I was just like, fuck. There was no need for that. I like Germany. I'm actually German, should put that out there. By nationality. So ask me about my history. So essentially, so the game went on, and I was getting cross because I was like, if Italy had won, I'm like, Jesus, they don't deserve to be in the knockout stages. I mean, again, this turned into a football podcast. Sorry, I'm going to try and get out of it really quick. Honestly, the Italian team was so shit this year, and I mean, I watched my first World Cup was in USA '94. And I remember the Italian team between 94 anyway and maybe 2010 or 2012. Those guys were powerhouses. If you played Italy, you were just like, fuck, why does God hate us so much, I mean, and it's something I've noticed really about the degradation of all these football empires. I mean, we had Brazil, the shit now, Italy shit, Spain was never really that good, and they got really good, and now they're becoming shit now. What else you got? What else? I think that's about it. Brazil, it's Argentina. They're still hanging in there. And the United States are coming up, actually. So Argentina is still there. Even Nigeria, my country of birth that I came from, we had like a brief mini empire between 94 and maybe 2002. And now it's absolute shit. And I was thinking about how the people of former empires are literally like the opposite of what those, people that lived in those empires were. I mean, like a good example is the Roman Empire before the barbarians sacked it. And now you look at the Italians today, total difference. I mean, these are the descendants. These are the descendants of like people that ran the planet for like maybe 500, 600, 700 years. I mean, go look at the map of the Roman Empire. You look at the Mongols. They literally had the largest empire on earth, and they made that on horseback, by the way. Dudes rode horses, shooting bows at people, and they ran shit, from Egypt, essentially, all the way to, oh God, what's that place? Kiev? And then that's in the west, and then literally to the banks of East Asia. Everything was, the Mongolian Empire. And I look at them, there's a country called Mongolia, the people are chill. And they're pretty still living a bit wild, though. I mean, shit, have you seen it's a Mongolian dog or something? I mean, they hunt wolves with with eagles. You should watch that video. Any video on YouTube, just check it out. They hunt wolves with eagles. What else? What are examples? The Austro-Hungarian Empire, the British Empire. I mean, isn't that where we are right now? Even though, a lot of British people still have their old stiff upper lip. Some still remember, days of a glorious past. But my point being, there seems to be a weird change in the peoples of these former empires, that the Vikings in Scandinavia, I mean, look at it. I mean, the Vikings just marauded. I mean, didn't they eventually become the Saxons that took over England and formed the monarchy we know today? That's correct, right? You should check this out. And I look at them, they're all like all chill, peaceful people. You wouldn't think that a couple, maybe 1,000 years ago, or maybe 2,000, it's not that far, maybe 800 years ago, these guys were berserkers in a longboat, and they, Vikings went all the way to North America. They literally just got on longboats and just rode all the way to America, because that's how fucking crazy it was. There was no internet, no porn, nothing, no Xbox, bunch of dudes. Can you imagine being stuck in a longboat with like maybe 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 other dudes just rowing? It's fucking cold. Everyone's just bare-chested, just abbed out and shit, and, just eating on jerky of like some moose they killed while they stopped off Northern Europe at some point. And then these motherfuckers, they rode all the way to North America. And now look at the descendants. Not that it's anything bad, but it's just interesting how the descendants of, these empires are just a bit, opposite. It's like they almost want to get away from it, like the Germans, I mean, yeah, fine, forgetting what the Nazis did. Check out World War One. I was listening to a podcast by Dan Carlin about World War One, and they had the greatest army on the planet. I think they did that twice, actually, in both World Wars. I mean, these guys marched 2 million men from Germany into the lesser countries like Belgium, the Netherlands. What else is in there? Luxembourg. They marched 2 million people into those countries to invade France, I mean, and they did it with precision, They moved entire troop convoys, artillery pieces, horses, guns. Fucking hell, those guns. But yeah, they had the greatest empire twice even. And now, in a way, look at them. They're pretty chill. Most say they have no sense of humor. I don't know. I wouldn't know because I'm a funny German. Yeah. I haven't even started talking about what I want to talk about in this podcast. It's just like ramblings on. But anyways, going back to the whole football thing. So I think Germany is like one of the only football empires now, especially in Europe. I mean, you have Belgium. Okay. I'm going to stop talking about football. I promise. Just give me 5 more minutes. I think Belgium is another. They're not an empire yet because they haven't won a lot of trophies, but they're really good. They're just unlucky. They lost 3-1 to Wales, which is insane. Which is a good match. It was insane. England crashed out, and Wales now surpassed everyone. None of the other teams from the United Kingdom is in the tournament at this point. Only Wales. Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland crashed out. England got humiliated by Iceland. Few saw that coming. And now I think Iceland's going to play France tonight. So, God, who knows? Who knows what might happen there? I think France will win, though. I think the French, they have far too many star players that are too experienced and they play well together, unlike the English team. But anyways, before you guys send the next football hooligan, lynch mob to my area. Just to close off on that, actually, I'm gonna possibly talk about this for another 16 minutes now. Come to think of it. So going back to the match, yeah, I'm gonna finish talking about that soon. Yes. Yeah. So they went into, this is the Germany-Italy game I watched last night at the moment. I'm still talking about it. So they went into the penalties, and for the first time in a long time, I felt really uncomfortable watching it. I was so tensed up while playing Civilization 3. I was like, fuck. Well, luckily for me, I wasn't fighting any wars in Civilization 3, so it's just peacetime, and I was like, this game boring now. So, yeah, they went into penalties, and they shot like about 9 penalties, each side or something. I think Germany just beat Italy. And to be honest, there were times where this was touch and go, man. I was like, fuck, they're going to lose. And the thing that would have made me really annoyed was the Italian team were, to be frankly speaking, to all my Italian friends out there, to any Italians that might be listening, they're not that good, and it seems a bit unfair that they can beat, a team that's better than them in a penalty shootout. But then again, you'd argue if the team was better than them in a penalty shootout, were that good, then it shouldn't go to penalties. Yes, I know that. But still, Germany was already leading. They were already winning. There was just like maybe 10 minutes to go, and then the handball caused the penalty. But anyways, yeah, so they were shooting these penalties, and I was so fucking tense. I felt uncomfortable because obviously I had a dog in the race. I had a vested stake in my adopted country winning the tournament and again, from a very objective standpoint, at least as close to objectivity I can be, they were actually quite good, and I just, because Portugal beat Poland, penalty shootout. They've done that twice now. They did that in the second round, they did it in the quarterfinals, and it's just absolutely dreadful to watch. My colleagues at work, the few Portuguese guys that are there, bless them. You got to support your teams, but when you're not part of that camp, you can just sit outside and say, listen, your team's shit. My Virgoan trait's coming out. To be honest, I would say the same thing for Germany. If Germany was shit, I'll say it. They're shit. It doesn't matter that they are my adopted country. My country of birth, the Nigerian team at the moment is shit. It's absolute shit. And I'm not going to say, because I was born there, I'm going to blindly support my team. No. I'm just going to call it as it is. And I feel maybe it's because I'm getting older that I have this ability to just call things out while other people choose not to. Because I will give them the benefit of the doubt that people do know these things, but they just don't want to see the truth. Sometimes I look at my penis and I was like, oh, God. No. Sorry, that was a joke. Horrible joke. Yeah, that was last night. Germany won, thank God, and I was so happy. And I think the goalkeeper is like the best goalkeeper on the planet right now. The Italian goalkeeper, Buffon, he is also very good, actually. But I think the German goalkeeper was better. The guy is good. I think his name is called Manuel Neuer. And every single time that guy made his save, I was like, Neuer! I was like, oh. And I have this good feeling that the Germans will actually win the Euro Cup, and they deserve to win it. They're like one of the best teams so far, All the good teams went out. I think Croatia went out. They were good. Who else? Because to be honest, when the tournament started, I was like, okay, it's between France, Germany, and Wales. So, then I added Croatia, then I added, I think that was it. So Croatia is out, France playing Iceland tonight, Germany's still in. So, yeah. So I've been really impressed with the Welsh team this year because, bless them, there's like 3.5 million people or 3.3 million people living in Wales. And the team is good. Very good, actually. I was quite surprised they beat the Belgians like 3-1. I was like, Jesus Christ. Personally, I had a bet that, the Belgians would smash the Welsh team. But no, the opposite happened, especially after the first goal by the Belgian team. Belgian? Did I say Belsh? Belsh. The Belgian team, that first goal, probably one of the best in the tournament, man. The guy just cracked it. It was almost like a violation of physics and the laws of nature, because there's nothing on this planet. There is no mathematics that would have dictated that ball not hitting the net. Just cracked it. I forgot the guy's name, maybe Nealongan or something. Just cracked it into the net. I was like, oh yeah, here we go, Belgium, here we go. And then, the Welsh team, they didn't panic. They held it together. And I liked the way they played, because even though Gareth Bale was the talisman, they played as a team. And after Ashley Williams or whatever equalized for Wales, I was like, holy shit, this is on. And then Robson Kanu just did some fucking magical tricks in front of the penalty box and just whacked it in. And I was like, oh my god, shit, Belgium's in trouble now. And then a late substitute for Robson Kanu literally scored the third goal. And I was like, shit, it's over. It's over. No. So the Welsh team are really good. So I wouldn't be surprised, actually, to see a Germany-Wales final. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But it would be interesting, though, if France lose to Iceland and then Iceland have to play Germany or something. Sorry, stuff on the yarn there. Yeah. So that was last night. And I spent this morning before going off to football. watching hooligan videos again on YouTube. And YouTube is like literally everything. I mean, if you can search for anything on YouTube and you find it, video wise. I was just watching some hooligan videos about the England-Russian fans skirmish. I talked about this at length in my last podcast, so I won't. I mean, considering this podcast episode is already halfway about football, ugh, God, so sorry, but it's sad things I find interesting, so I'm just gonna keep talking about it. I was just watching about, the way the English team was just going around saying, I think what happened was the English and the Welsh teams merged into this horde, like a Zerg horde, for all my StarCraft, potential listeners out there. And they were just singing chants like, England and Wales, fuck off Russia, England and Wales. And I was like, okay, I get it. That whole fascination, there's a phenomenon that happens when, I think it's called the diffusion of responsibility. Seems to occur when 2 or 3, 4 people get together, start doing something, and then more people get pulled into it, and then in a way, since you're part of the group, your individuality gets just merged into this gestalt consciousness of violence and crazy random things. So people are just most people are just drawn to it, obviously because we're very tribalistic as human beings, but at the same time, you lose any sense of responsibility because you feel a sense of anonymity, which, in a way I'll be describing the internet. If you've ever fought and argued with absolute shit examples of humanity like I do, or I did back in 2014 when I was going to war every day. I think I'm retired now. But point is, so these guys were just going around and I could see some skirmishes between them and Russian fans, and I was just like, oh, God. That was very not pleasant. But I'll tell you what, though, I did play football this morning, and it was okay until some chap that every single time he plays, we always argue. Oh my God, there's a fly in my flat. Ah! God damn it. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill that guy. How did he even get in? This is insane. Okay, so sorry about that. I just bitched out. I hate flies. Fucking hate flies. In fact, I was going to talk about flies, actually. I'm going to talk about flies. But let me get through the football thing, okay? I'm going to fucking kill that fly. I'm going to fucking kill it. Fucking hate flies, man. It's like, why don't they... hundreds of species dying out every day. Why can't we make a dent in the fly population? Where did they always go? You don't get it, right? Winter, they're all gone, right? And then... summer they're back. I'm like, wait, did you guys just burrow underground or something and just bided your time, maybe played some Xbox, connected to some internet, watched some fly tube? I don't go into that. Oh, man. But anyways, so football this morning into the afternoon, and the whole thing just got absolutely disrupted by this asshole fucking cunt of a dude. I mean, just because in general we argue all the time. That's the thing with the football group I play with, because there's no official ref. It's just a kickabout, and people have egos, and everyone's passionate and everything. And we always argue, but that's usually it. We just argue, and somehow we resolve it amongst each other, amongst peers. We try to argue logic and then irrational fucking arguments, etc., etc. But this dude, right, takes the absolute fucking biscuit. So in the end, the match stopped at 2-2. It was a draw. It wasn't a match, it was a kickabout. And the second goal, because we have this rule when we play, because we play using the small kind of goals. If you're the last person before the goal line, and the ball hits your hand, due to years of arguing about whether or not that's a goal or it should have been in, it seems like a disruption of a goal. So we always assume that it is a goal if it hits your hand. So these guys were playing, and I was defending. I was the last in goal, and they shot the ball on me, and it hit my hand, and I was the last person. So I was like, okay, fine, fuck it. I wasn't too pleased, I was a bit pissed off. So anyways, that's the point. And I'm bringing it up because it's relevant in a few seconds. That was 2-0, and then we equalized 2-2. So we had a similar case where the opposing team were attacking. I was still in goal defending and everything. So this dude, no, someone else shot the ball at me. I, successfully fended it off with my left foot. It ricocheted off this asshole who shot the ball at me, and I, blocked it from going into the net with my chest. And then the ball ricocheted off back to one of my guys who was helping me defend, and he kicked it out, and the ball was supposed to be a corner. Now, this guy who always argues with us, he's always arguing, saying, oh, it's not fair, you guys, always cheating, blah, 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 blah. Such a self-righteous, fucking selfish cunt, honestly. Decided in his head that it was a goal, and we weren't going to change his mind. And naturally, of course, we've been playing for like almost an hour, if not an hour already, and it's hot, where everyone's sweaty, dehydrated, and our energy and hackles are up. We start yelling at the dude, saying, dude, shut the fuck up. It's not a goal, man. It's not a fucking goal. So we started exchanging words, So even I was trying to be, I was trying to keep my cool. Even because I was directly in that. And apparently the guy was just lying over my head. He was lying, saying that I cheated, because I try to be honest. Like I said, in the second goal scenario, the ball did hit my hand. I didn't argue, It's like, fine, fair enough, yeah, But in this case, it didn't hit my hand. So, of course, I'm going to argue it, saying, dude, this didn't happen. And this guy wouldn't have it. He was just going off about, we're always cheating. It's 3-2, it's 3-2, it's 3-2. Oh, fuck you guys. I'm like, no, dude, you need to fuck right off right now. You're a dummy. Just go home. And it's, we should all go home and everything. I'm like, no. If you're tired of playing, you leave. Because the rest of us still want to play. So if you can't accept the sheer fact that wasn't a goal, which it clearly wasn't, then leave. So, one of my other guys was, trying to calm me down and everything, saying, yeah, just let him go. And I normally like this guy, but I was so angry at him today, and I was just like, fucking hell. Anyways, so we put the ball down. We played a goal kick. Actually, they played the corner, so, fair play, they gave it to us. We gave it back to them. And as we were playing, this dude decided he wasn't being heard enough, or he wasn't going to let the issue go. And literally ran past me to the goal and destroyed, because it was one of those, portable goals you can dismantle and assemble and whatnot. The dude disassembled the goal, and, disassembled is just giving him too much credit. It just wrecked the goal, saying, this is bullshit, it's a goal, blah, 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 blah. And that was when I really lost my shit, because this had literally nothing to do with the game now. It was just his ego flaring up. And he went and just ransacked the entire goal, dismantled it, just crashed it down and everything. And then the game stopped. Everyone got really pissed off, and the entire game stopped. And we started yelling at each other, And I have to admit, I felt like a bit ashamed, because we had some young lads playing with us, some 14, 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds. And I remember this kid, man, it must be 13 or 14. He was just looking at me while I was yelling at this fucking cunt of a person. And I caught, he and I, we caught eyes, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Because we're supposed to be like role models to these, kids that play with us, because they're going to be the next generation of people, playing. And in fairness now, if that kid doesn't turn up anymore, I wouldn't blame him, because he's going to go home, tell his parents what happened. His parents are like, dude, you need to stay away from those crazy people. And I wouldn't blame him, I mean, shit. So yeah, that was happening, and the game stopped effectively for like 15 minutes. We were just arguing and screaming at this dude to get the fuck out, Yeah, and of course he wouldn't have it. It was, oh, you guys are cheating, blah, 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 blah. So we put the goal up, and, people were telling me, like, dude, whatever happens in the game, you do not have the right to touch the goals, because that was the absolute piss take right there. It was so ridiculous. So the guy eventually left, and we tried to play, but by then, I think just the yelling and the screaming just drained whatever energy we had from us, and yeah, we just called it quits. And while some of the guys left the pitch, the rest of us started talking, saying, listen, and the funny thing is that this is not a one-off. The guy does this every single time he comes up. He always argues with someone. Sometimes he fights with people, and it's always a conflict with him. It's like one of those dudes that is never wrong. He's never ever wrong. He's always right. And it's just those kind of personalities, they perturb me really, because the guy's sounds like a sociopath to me. And he has kids, okay? So the guy's a father. So now I'm figuring in my head, how is that kind of person procreating? Honestly, if he's a sociopath, then it kind of explains kind of how he's doing it. But I'm just like, I just feel sorry for his kids. I'm like, because at some point, the kid's going to argue with him, and there'll be no quarter. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Maybe he will have a special exception when talking to his kid, but I don't know. The guy literally behaved like a petulant child, and he's the same age as me. I'm going to be 33 soon, and the guy was just acting like a kid. And we actually had young kids with us, playing with us, and this guy, 33-year-old man, just behaved like a sport brat. Screamed at us, destroyed the goal, and said, "Oh, let's all go home." And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, you leave, you get the fuck out and go. And even before, where some of his teammates were defending him, we all turned against him at that point. And we're like, dude, fuck right off. You can fuck right off right now. It's ridiculous. So we packed up, and I think the rest of us, we decided, we don't want to play with this guy anymore. And at the end of it, we talked about how we're going to give him, like, as a group, we're going to give him a 4-week ban starting from next Sunday. So if he turns up, we're going to tell him, like, dude, we don't want to play with you because, in effect, we're telling him he's a piece of shit and he needs to calm down. Now, I told these guys, I'm predicting that he will basically argue with us. He would basically argue with us, saying, "Oh, I'm going to play, you can't stop me," and everything. And for me, I was already thinking about that. Saying, personally, for me, I don't think just telling him that, he can't play will stop him. So what will happen is, I'll just tell everyone, saying, listen, let's play. If he touches the ball, the game stops. We can just play by himself. And we just need to do that for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then he'll get the point and fuck off. Because, so like, for instance, if I'm running with the ball and he comes to mark me, I'll just let him take it. I'll just stop playing and let him take it. And, if he's in the goal and I'm running towards it, he's defending, I'll just stop and pass, give the ball to another teammate of his, and let's just start playing again. So I'll just, because the idea is that when he turns up next week, if we're already playing, we'll just stop and tell him, listen, dude, we don't want to play with you because you're a fucking asshole and you need to calm the fuck down. And, fine, we're not total dicks about this. So you're not going to play the next 4 games. You need to chill out. You need to go reflect or whatever the fuck you do. And then we can try this again. And then we'll tell him, like, listen, if you do decide to be a fucking twat, that's it, you're gone. Because now we don't even want to ever play with you, ever. So that's what's happening. And I'm just going to, because we have a WhatsApp football group and already sent, this was like a general consensus the rest of us reached. And, we're going to enforce it from next week. So I asked the guys that, if they can support me, since now it's a group thing, because everyone in our group, we know that whenever it turns up, it's always a fight. It's always a fucking fight, Fucking hell. 1 second, guys. I just need to, like, drink some water. I'm getting really thirsty. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Oof. Talking for like 34 minutes, man. Jesus. Oh, man. I also had a scuffle playing football today. There's this young kid. I've seen him grow, man. I mean, he's been playing with us for the last 4 or 5 years. So when he came around when he was 12, and now he's like 17 and everything. So he tackled me, and I told him, dude, take it easy, man. I was like, oh, no, it's football and everything. I said, no. Take it easy, because if I did to you what you just did to me, you'll be flying off the ball for miles, because I have more mass, because he's a kid and I'm bigger than him. So I said, listen, if I did what you do, or what you just did, if we both started doing the same thing, you would get more damage, you would be injured more. And for me, I personally wouldn't enjoy it because it's not football anymore. I was like, I know we have to play football, calm the fuck down. And he wouldn't listen to me. So I was like, and I started thinking, wait, if this guy actually decided to fight me, what are my chances that I can actually stop him? And I figured the only logical explanation that resulted in my head was the sheer fact that, I would eventually win by maybe just overwhelming him with my mass. But I would have taken some damage, I would have taken a lot of damage, because Jesus Christ, these kids, man. I mean, my colleagues and I, we play football on a football pitch every Monday, some AstroTurf type deal. and we rent the place every Monday, and we play. Sometimes, most of the times we try to play with us, if I have the numbers, but most of the time now all my other colleagues are just, I can't play, I'm out. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, why are you on the fucking football list? I almost want to suggest to the organizer, listen, can we just take those guys out, because they're demoralizing the rest of us. It's like, these guys haven't played all year. It's like, I'm out. I'm like, then fucking get off the I just realized that I've been swearing a lot in this one. Bloody hell. I'm like, just get off the fucking list. Honestly. It's fucking ridiculous. It's hilarious. It's bullshit. But anyways, yeah. So we play with this bunch of kids. And dude, man, that's just the perfect reflection of that, how old you are, how old you're getting. It's when you manage to dribble this kid and you're just running, and then 2 seconds later he's in front of you. You can say, wait, did you have a twin? I mean, what? And before you know it, he's taking the ball, and just the shock and the realization that you're going to die sooner than that guy essentially just debilitates you and stops you, and you can't even move anymore. And, we play with them, and if even they get aggressive, it's like I've seen one of my colleagues just get, just brutalized almost every week. I remember once this kid just front tackled him, both legs, and just uprooted this old man, and it just flew. He just flew a couple of seconds, 2-3 seconds in the air, and we're like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? And we had to tell him, dude, take it easy, man. Jesus, why are we so fucking crazy? It's just fucking football, man. Oh, man. I remember, was it last year? Yeah, it was last year, middle of last year. We were playing at night. It was during winter, so it was early last year. And we were playing with this other group. So we played the ball. Because the AstroTurf area is fenced off. Played the ball over one of the goals. It went over the fences. And now the gates where you can actually go out of the AstroTurf to go all the way around to retrieve the ball, but this dude decided to climb over the chain link fence. It wasn't a chain link fence, it was like some kind of weird metallic fence thing that's painted. Guy, he climbed to the top and jumped all the way down, and the moment he hit the ground, he didn't get up, and everyone was like, whoa, dude, are you okay? And the guy's like, I lost my fucking finger. And we're like, what? And we looked up at the roof, and from my perspective, because I was near the middle of the pitch, it was AstroTurf pitch, it wasn't too big, and I could see his wedding ring on his cut finger, just literally, and it was just like, oh shit. We're like, fuck, dude, we need to go to A&E. That's God, what's A&E? A&E means something emergency or something. You would think I would know that living in Cambridge, living in England for almost a decade. But I don't, because I keep healthy. At least I tried. I didn't even talk about my cardio today, because I didn't even play football last week at all. We didn't play on Monday. I didn't go play football on Sunday because I was too lazy. And I tried to play football today, and my body was like, nope, you can't fucking do that to us. So I was a bit annoyed, because I was like, because I tried something. I normally skip rope, and I skipped rope every day from Tuesday to Thursday, and I did get some benefits out of it, though, although I could feel some damage to my joints, my knee joints, because I'm like, my body's like, dude, we can't do this every day, you're not fucking 16. But my cardio went up, and my energy levels were up, and I was like, yeah, I can do this all the time. And then I played football today. I was like, shit. and the worst thing I did was, I was so tired. Literally, it was so bad, because at some point I stopped and I felt slightly dizzy. I was like, oh God, I need to hydrate. So I run off to the pitch to get some water, and I just thought, we need to turn this around. So I just drank half, a 500 millimeter bottle of Lucozade. If not, a liter actually. Sorry, yeah, that's half a liter of Lucozade. And that was such a bad move, because I think my body must have, triggered off an ATP trapping event or something, because that didn't help. I felt slightly bloated, and my energy levels didn't kick in. So I think because I shot my blood sugar I shot it up too quickly. Too quickly. I elevated my blood sugar too quickly. That I think my liver kicked in. not even liver. I think my pancreas kicked in. I just said, okay, we need to store all this shit right now. So I didn't get the energy benefits of it. Felt slightly worse, actually. But anyways, going back to the guy on the pitch. So yeah, man, the guy. So there must be the guy that lost his finger, by the way, his wedding ring and finger on the fucking thing. Apparently, the ring had literally lodged itself in between these two levels of the fence or something. So when he jumped down, sheer gravity just literally tore off his entire fucking phalange or something off. He just had to stop. You know, I remember one of my former colleagues had to climb up this fence to retrieve his finger with the ring on it. I was retching all the way out of the pitch. I mean, well, this guy's, his friends were like, we need to get you to the hospital right now. You know, it's just like, it was still screaming, where's my finger? Where's my ring? And I'm like, how the fuck is he going to explain that to his wife? So, oh, honey, yeah. And she's like, wait, why are you in the hospital? You know, it's like, I had an accident. She turns up, like, why is your ring? It's like, it's on the table. It's like, what have you done? It's a long story. So that happens. What happened, actually? Oh, man. But yeah, so, so. Although, luckily for me, going back to the kid that tackled me, I mean, it's a kid, it's 17, it's almost an adult, you know, but it's a kid to me, you know. I'm literally 13 years his senior. No, 16 years his senior, actually. So I was a teenager when I was born. Can you imagine that? Shit, I'm getting old. Anyways, he comes up to me at the end. So we're all discussing banning this cunt that ruined the game. And he came up to me and apologized, you know, wanted to shake my hand. And I did. I shake. I'm not, you know, I don't hold grudges. And thank God he did that, because I'm like, Jesus, I can't have a, you know, kind of grudge match between this dude. I mean, he's going to fucking break my legs. So he was like, yeah, sorry about that. I was like, yeah, dude, yeah, likewise. But it's just, you got to understand that we can't engage in that kind of tackling, because I would win at the moment anyway. You know, I would win because I have more mass. So don't do that. Yeah, because I'm a fair person. You know, if you dribble me, I'll let you run. You know, but if you try to be, you know, if you try to push me off the ball, you're trying to be aggressive, and when I'm not in control, my ego kicks in, and I'm gonna be aggressive right back. So I tried to explain to him that, you know, it's cool, you know, we're good, but you should just be cool about the way he tackles and whatnot. And I was like, yeah. So I pat him on the back, you know, sent him off, you know. And I was like, thank God. Oh man, getting old. But yeah, so that was essentially my Sunday, and now I'm here in my flat recording this podcast. Slightly warm now, but it's just, I think two things I'm going to pay attention to when next renting a flat or maybe buying a property or something is three things actually. So one thing, try to go to this property viewing in the afternoon, so when the sun's out you can see how much sun the flat is getting, because this flat barely gets any sunlight, so it's fucking cold all the time. During summer it's cold now. So if you're listening to this and you're literally being, you know, melting into your couch, and whoever's saying your house is too hot or your flat's too hot, do you want to swap? Because honestly, I'll prefer the heat than this shit. This is fucking cold right now. I say this because I'm wearing my wool socks. I'm wearing my loungewear that's extra thick, and I'm wearing jumpers right now. And the temperature, what is the local temperature? Hang on, let me just check my phone. 1 second. Whoop. Damn it. It's the wrong app. It is currently 21 degrees outside Celsius. 21 degrees Celsius outside. And I'm wearing autumn wear clothing in my flat. So yeah, that's, if you like cold places, if you're Scandinavian, get in touch. We can work something out. We can work a deal out. But yeah, so yeah, that's one thing I'll pay attention to. Number two, which maybe should be number one, is whether or not the bathroom has a window. You think it's pretty trivial until you live in a place where the bathroom doesn't have a window. Because my bathroom doesn't have a window, and it's fucking annoying because I have to literally fumigate the damn thing. Well, it's summer now, so I don't get too much problems with condensation, but autumn, winter, and spring, which, to be honest, I think England only has 2 seasons. just marginally warm and extremely cold every other time, especially in my case. Yes, but during those winter months, it's just condensation because I can't open my windows to let the fucking cold air in to kill me, and so I have to keep some heat, and then condensation occurs. And in the bathroom, when I'm showering and everything, I have to keep it all locked up so my entire flat doesn't become humid and then soaking wet and condensed. I have to keep the bathroom doors closed, and then there's an extractor fan. At least I have that. Thank God for small mercies. But anyways, yeah, so it starts to get moldy. It literally starts to get moldy. I remember when I first moved in, I wasn't used to it. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit, And I had to replace my shower curtains like twice, I was a noob back then, 3 years ago. And then I discovered that, wait, I recall in my house here that I lived in for 7 years. Maybe I should talk about that in the podcast episode. I lived for 7 years. I literally, my housemate always literally sprayed down our bathroom with anti-mold spray just to get rid of the odd mold colonies here and there. Which, by the way, probably should see a doctor about this, because by the time I moved out, I was cleaning everything in my room in this house here, and I noticed there were like mold spores behind the cupboards or something. I was like, Apparently that shit isn't good for your lungs. So maybe right now I probably just have a couple of colonies of this shit in my lungs. Maybe that's why my condition is so bad now. Either that, or these mold spores are living in a symbiotic relationship with me, and kind of whose benefits I don't quite get at the moment. But at least they're not killing me. So I think that's the symbiotic relationships. Like, dude, we can kill you, but we're not going to kill you. I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. Yeah, I can take that. Right, so going back to my point, see how my mind wanders everywhere? Point number 2, flat has to have a window in the bathroom, so at least you can open the fucking thing, Even though it makes people see my tits that I wear a training bra for. That was a quick joke, by the way, If you're ever worried about nudity, I think England must be one of the, England mostly, is one of the places where you don't have to worry about looking buff like people in California and whatnot, because almost all the time you're either wearing a sweater or a coat or something. No one's gonna fucking see, your abs. There's no reason. Okay, during the summer you can see a bunch of dudes walking around shirtless. I saw this dude jog past me last week, and the guy didn't give a fuck. He was like all shirtless and shit. Just hairy. It's just hairy to the ball sacks, man. It's just fucking Yeti type Bigfoot hair on his back. And I was like, I respected that dude, because that guy knows he's a man, and he didn't give a fuck. But yeah, so yeah, bathrooms must always have a window. And the third point being, and this is a point I personally hate, that I didn't think about it at the time, and something even though I'm willing to admit it now to show you that yes, officially I do live in a crummy flat. I think as the locals would say. The bathroom flooring, in the bathroom and the kitchen flooring is just made of linoleum. And I'm like, okay, fine, I understand why it's done. It's cheap, it saves money, because, heaven forbid someone tries to put tiles. Come to think of it, was the same deal in my house here, actually. The bathroom had linoleum, both in the kitchen and the bathroom. So the same thing in my flat here, and I'm like, it's so difficult to keep that clean, because especially in the kitchen, I cook a lot, and if you get oil stains on that thing and you don't get it cleaned within fucking, 5 minutes, yeah, you're getting a new design in your in the flooring. So yeah, I absolutely hate that. In a way, I kind of keep it clean by just getting floor wipes, which is not entirely green, but just to keep, and it's bizarre when I do that, my flat just appears, just not the flat, but the kitchen or the bathroom is just a bit quieter for some bizarre reason. Insane. So those are the 3 things I don't like about where I live at the moment, and those are the things I'll be paying attention for. Should I sorry, the day I rent a bigger flat, or buy a flat, or buy a house. At least with a house you can just do it yourself, but with a flat, if I'm going to be renting it, I'm going to have to make sure of that. But yeah, god damn it. Oof. Oh yeah, and the bathroom. Oh god, okay, how crazy is this? I spent literally 40 minutes talking about football again, even though I promised I wouldn't do that again this week. Now I'm talking about my flat, Yeah, it's awesome listening. Episode 16. Christ. But I do have this healthy fear that my bathroom door, the side that's exposed to the not shower bits, but the inside of it, it's starting to rust. And I'm scared that I'm actually get locked in there and not be able to leave. So I always take my phone with me when I'm going to the bathroom, especially if I want to lock the door. I just take my phone so at least I can call someone to come bail me out. After like 2 days or something. So I'll just be subsisting on water and the occasional mold that grows on the wall or something. I mean, that's like a horror movie right there, Can you imagine I just, Tuesday morning, I'm just, all right, cool, I'm just going to shower, brush my teeth, all right, let's leave the flight, just pull the knob and it just breaks off. You're like, fuck. And it would have been worse if, so that's the nightmare scenario, that my phone's actually on the outside and then, I was just like, I wonder how long it will take before people notice me. I know for a fact that it will probably be a day, at least, for my colleagues to notice me, because my boss will be like, what the fuck is that guy, So my phone would ring a couple of times, no one would answer, and they'd be like, does anyone live in Cambridge? Can we go check him out? Someone knocks on my flat. Oh, where is he? And then you get the police involved. Because I know, Jesus, heaven forbid, they're not going to get the estate agency to, get any. They're not going to get those guys in touch. I mean, they ignore. It's so horrible with the landlords and estate agencies in England. I mean, those guys just dick you around, man, and they're protected by law. You send them emails, they don't reply. I'm like, that's just rude. Yeah. So essentially, yeah, I just have the mantra now, whenever I'm going to take a shower, I make sure my phone is fully charged, and then I go to the shower with it, because I can sometimes leave the door slightly ajar just to make it easier to pull the goddamn knob out, but sometimes just out of habit, I do close it fully, and I'm like, you're risking fucking death, every single time you do this, dude, you know that? I'm like, yeah, but I need to shower, what the fuck? Whoops, just dropped my pen. But yeah, those are my things. Those are a few of my favorite things. Oh, actually, so I was studying yesterday, and especially, I don't know, because last week, well, I'll do my last podcast anyway, I was talking about how, like, English hooligans, when they're going into war, they just sing, like, renditions of God Save the Queen, or that apparently new song with England and Wales, what's up. And I started thinking about like a parody of the the British national anthem or the English national anthem as sung by English fans during when they get into one of the scuffles. And yeah, I love karaoke. My voice is horrible, but check this out. So I had this kind of parody of God Save the Queen by football hooligans, especially when they're clashing with like Russian Spetsnaz, hooligan type dudes. So I think, let me see if I get this. It's like, we will be. See, I already fucked it up. We will be victorious. What is this police force doing in our way? I got it wrong. Oh no. We will be victorious. What is this police force doing in our way? Fuck off. God save the Queen. Oh, that's a horrible rendition. After such a glorious scrap, I now need pints of ale. God gave me crisps. And this when they're like piling into, the battle is already adjoined. People are kneeing each other in the face, and people are screaming, and you get a bunch of some unfortunate dudes on the ground just getting elbows dropped on and everything, and then you just hear like this massive rousing of the troops saying, "It is so glorious, this pack of crisps is nice, now I must avert a fart. God gave me wind." And that's why I stopped, because I was just too busy laughing. Oh my god. Yeah, did I ever tell you about the definition of insanity? But yeah, just to close this off, it's like I swear to God, I killed for the second time I think an an Africanus aegyptus strain of mosquitoes, the ones that I think are spreading the Zika virus. I swear to God, man. I was in my kitchen cooking a couple of days ago, and just to my side, I didn't even know this thing bit me, and I hope it didn't. Thank God, because I was, in fairness, again, because of my crazy flat, I'm wearing protective gear because it's so fucking cold. And this bastard just literally, I think, just flew out the window, just landed next to me. And I looked at it, and I was like, And in fact, let me just do a quick... I have to move stuff out of the way. Sorry. Jesus. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me just do a quick Zika mosquito. Let's see. Just want to look at the images really quick. Yep, it's the one, all right. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking mean-looking motherfuckers with the stripes and whatnot. Yeah. I actually killed this exact one. Fucking hell. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one. The 80s? I think so. I think I killed one. I killed one anyway, and let's just go to the Wikipedia article. I need a picture of the mosquito. So it didn't bite me, obviously, but let's see. The Zika virus is a member of the virus Flaviviridae, blah blah blah. Aha! It is spread by the daytime active Aedes mosquitoes. Yep, this one I killed it. ADES twice now. What's it called? Aedes mosquitoes such as A. aegypti and A. albopictus, blah. And so I killed one. Literally, it literally just flew through the window and landed next to me, and I was like, I just stopped cooking and I looked at it, and then my instinct's like, yeah, this guy needs to die. So I took I rolled up a piece of paper and just whacked it a couple of times. Seeing how sadistic I was, I just whacked it like a couple of times, and slowly. I didn't just go wham. Same thing in February, which you'd think it's still winter, right? Again, from the windows, man, because my kitchen window faces out into bunch of trees and shrubbery and whatnot. This guy just flew in, just landed next to me again, almost the same place, and I looked at it, I was like, wait, I think I saw you on television actually. So I just killed it instantly. I was like, I'm thinking about how this was the last. It's like one of those kind of horror movies where something's picking off the protagonist one by one, and at the start there's probably about 10 or 11 of them, and at the end there's only one person left. Think Aliens or Alien, the first movie. Sigourney Weaver. God damn, she was hot. Still hot. She's quite fit, Miss Weaver or Mrs. Weaver or Miss Weaver. I don't know. She's still well fit, man. How old is she now? 71? But it was back in the 70s when the Alien movie was made. But think about that. So I'm thinking this lone Aedes aegypti type mosquito must be maybe the last of maybe 5,000 of them that set off from Brazil, just hitching a ride across the Atlantic. The Indian Ocean? It's not the Indian Ocean, is it? See, Atlantic separates the Americas. Yeah. Just, all of them just being taken out by either starvation or just the occasional Aedes aegypti mosquito. Yeah, it's a vector for Zika. Yeah, I killed that motherfucker twice. Anyways, by the time they get to England, there's probably about 16 of them. And then one of them, I don't know, just how narcissistic I am. It's like, oh yeah, they came after me. Sent like an entire squadron of wing of mosquitoes to come take me out. But anyways, by the time the guy gets to me, it's just one. It's tired. The abdomen is just absolutely empty. There's nothing there. It looks really sickly and strangly. The thing could barely fly by the time you go into my kitchen. And I just looked at it and just killed it instantly. I'm like, fuck you. I don't like mosquitoes. And especially, this one that literally my instincts were like, okay, this is a Zika virus type mosquito. You gotta kill this motherfucker. And I'm like, yep, I agree. And I did kill it. Second one too. The first one in February, that was weird. It just came out of nowhere, and I killed it. And then this one just happened, I think last Thursday. It just flew in, landed next to me. I was like, okay, motherfucker, you need to die. And I killed it. Fuck them. Fuck those. And it's weird how, like, you know, we're like so speciest, you know, it's like, oh, let's not kill animals, you know, especially people are like saying, oh, you're vegan and, you know, vegetarian, I don't know, that you have like issues why you don't want to kill animals. And yeah, if a mosquito bites you, you would just instantly kill that motherfucker. So I'm like, what are you doing now? What is this? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Because technically, if you're really into that whole vegan, vegetarian stuff, you would let those motherfuckers bite you. You let flies in your house because you don't want to kill them, right? Yeah, try convincing a fly to leave your fucking flat, like the one I'm going to go fucking kill. You know, hey, you're going to call PETA, to come kick my balls in because I'm killing the fly? No, so what the fuck? What are we doing? Oh, why? Why? Because it's bigger, it's a mammal. Is it a mammal thing? Because it's a mammal, so you're like, oh, let's not kill it. Well, the thing remains, some animals are delicious, some aren't, and some we just don't give a fuck about, like mosquitoes or flies, or some people, spiders. Personally, for me, I fucking hate wasps. Can't fucking stand those cunts, honestly. Oh well. Right, I will stop here. So I ended up talking about football again this episode. Apologies for that. So I'm just making notes here. Yeah, because if I keep talking, I think I'll talk for another 2 hours, and I don't think there's anybody that has that attention span. Although I do when I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. Again, keep plugging that guy. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. So I will try and... Okay, fine. I haven't got on Twitter yet. I don't know, man. I feel like Twitter is this raging storm that, I don't want to dip my feet in anytime soon. So, fine. I really should learn how to use Twitter, but it's just, oh, God. It's a great promotional tool. But it's just, people are going to be tweeting back. Oh, yeah. And I don't, I think I have the best way for dealing with people that say really dumb things and really ridiculous shit on YouTube or in, social media. When somebody says something so fucking crazy, and initially my knee jerks and I'm like, I just want to correct this guy. But I'm like, no. Nowadays I just say, okay. And I put it 2 dots after it, ... which is like perfect. It's like, okay. Because I'm getting too old. I can't argue with people anymore, to be honest. Sorry, I had to clear my throat really quick, and I didn't think you guys would like to hear that. So, gonna stop episode 16 here. I think I'm gonna catch up with Audacious yet again. Let's see, what's happening here? Gonna catch up with Audacious once again. I'm gonna have to, get Dan to come online, and I'm going to get another buddy of mine to come on. We were meant to do an episode yesterday, but his plans changed. So he's assured me he will be very available next week. And unlike conversations with Audacious, where we pretty much just agree with each other, we're gonna have kind of a discourse here. Not a hostile one, but yeah, just a rather friendly discussion about, I think we're going to talk about Star Wars and feminism. So that should be interesting. So I'll try to get him on. So who knows, next week I could be recording 3 podcasts with guests, so that should be fine. So you don't have to suffer my ramblings and rantings for an hour. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening. Right, promotion, because I should be promoting my work on YouTube. A few of you that listen to this on YouTube, I mean, I still don't have like a friendly name to send you, so you just do a search for Sounds Legit Podcast, and I think I'm the only channel of my kind on YouTube, so it shouldn't be too hard to find me. On iTunes, again, it's some really crazy thing. So if you just randomly hearing this, we're on iTunes, but, as I explained 2 or 3 podcasts ago, there's this other podcast that has the exact same name, which is a shame, really, because if you go through my timeline of my podcasts, you would see that I started back in March, and these guys started about, May? But they got to iTunes first, and I got there, like, literally just last month. So it's a bit it's a bit weird. So you see both our podcasts. So yeah, you can do a search for Sounds Legit Podcast. But if you're familiar with my channel logo, you would see my work there. So yeah, you can subscribe via iTunes there. I also have a limited presence on SoundCloud. So if you're a SoundCloud person, again, do a search for Sounds Legit Podcast, and you most likely see those other guys there as well. But you see a few examples of my work, because what I do on SoundCloud, I just only post episodes where I talk to, someone. So I didn't think anyone would be interested in listening to just me on SoundCloud. So who knows? Yeah, but that's it. So yeah, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. But I'm really promoting iTunes, and I always say I will try. Yoda said, there is no try, only you do. But I don't want to commit to saying I'm going to get a Twitter channel or Twitter feed or something and then don't do it. So I only say things that I'm going to do when I'm going to do them. So, yeah. So I'll try and sort that out again. Otherwise, I'll just only tell you about one after I've done it. But now I'm rambling on too long. This is 10 minutes. Almost an hour, 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop here. But yeah, guys, catch my podcast on iTunes, on YouTube, on SoundCloud. And yeah, give me a listen. Got 16 episodes. We're going to make things better. I'm thinking of some really crazy plans going forward. I think I'm going to invite the owner of a YouTube channel I subscribe to, because I think the guy has some really fascinating discussions. And, I'm going to try and get him on. I'm going to organize something. Going to have a quick chat with him. And yeah, but most likely, episode 17 will be with Audacious, and maybe episode 18 with another buddy of mine, episode 19, most likely with Dan, and then I'm back again doing the solo tour. But anyways, guys, you take care, take it easy, have a good one, and I will try not to talk too much about football anymore, but I love it. What can I do? I love fucking football, man. You like football. You just don't know it. Yep, that's how arrogant I am, telling you what you can and cannot like. But guys, I've rambled on too much. Take it easy, take care, bye-bye, and I will speak to you later. Bye.